everybody, welcome to the stream on this fine Monday. Hope you brought some fun artwork to do for yourself, or if you just came to hang out, that's cool too. If you guys want to just like do whatever you want, or if you want, I have here an idea for a comic that I've been kind of thinking about doing. So I'm writing this graphic novel, and I've been like trying to figure out how to write it for like the last year, like after work and just like whatever free time I have. At the end of the day, I've just been like kind of putting a little bit of effort into this. So when I'm done Weenie, in the mid-February, I'm going to be throwing myself like fully into this graphic novel. So I'm using this time now to kind of like explore some ideas. So I've been writing a lot and kind of looking at old photos and kind of just exploring ideas and things that mean a lot to me and conjuring memories and things that I could possibly use in the graphic novel. So this is one memory that came up that it's got a lot I can suss out from it. And I'm going to try to not tell you what it is until I start drawing it. So you can kind of follow along with the comic. But I would love if you guys wanted to follow along at home and do your own comic, or even just like a writing prompt or whatever. What is a memory that you have from your childhood that shaped who you are today? And it could be shaped you in a good way or shaped you in a bad way. This has kind of shaped me in a way that like feminism is trying to undo, at least modern feminism is trying to undo. And this comic is about, it's kind of my way of how I got here and how I'm getting better as a person and as a woman and as a human and all that. So I know that's a really broad topic. Try not to give too much away, but I'm using these memories to kind of figure out how my psychology was formed and then how I'm breaking it down again at age 27. So yeah, just if you want to, do write up a memory that you feel like shaped you, your personality. This particular memory for me is something that I feel like me and most women in general, they were too nice, because if you're not nice, then people call you a bitch, or you're not likable, or you know, just as women, we're kind of just taught to like be quiet and go along with everything and be fun and happy, because if we're anything else, then we're like hard to manage, or, you know, we're hysterical or whatever. We have, you know, emotions like humans, most do. But I feel like women in particular get a lot of flack for being, you know, if they're anything other than like prim, proper, and nice, they get labeled as, you know, bossy or a bitch or whatever. So this is an experience that I feel like is the beginning of what that was for me, kind of. Like, nobody ever forced me in my life. Like, my mom is a very strong Italian woman, Italian Lebanese, and she is very outspoken when it comes to, like, if somebody wrongs her, like, you will hear about it. Like, takes no prisoners. And and my dad is a very sweet, nice man. He's very quiet. So it's not funny because like growing up, I feel like I got my quietness from my dad and my loudness from my mom. And I feel like this is talking more about like society and how society, like I'm afraid to be loud or speak my mind because I'm afraid of being disagreeable. So this comic kind of explores the beginning of where that's from. So I'm going to get started. I have a script in front of me that I wrote earlier today, and I wanted to do this for Instagram just because if I did a regular comic like with different size panels, I don't really know where I'd post it yet. So to start off with, just because I've never really done comics before, I did Weenie, but that's a young reader comic. These are a little bit more trying to figure out like what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just going to do it square so I can do it on Instagram. And then hopefully down the line, I'll have a place to post my comics. So I can do a little bit more of like some funky shapes and things. So, of like the panels. So I'm gonna do it's one of my favorite parts actually of drawing comics is like doing the lines for the panels and the borders and everything. I did just buy some deleter comics paper, and that has the border around it already. So I could use that, but I have this fanboy manga and comic paper here. And I really like the tooth on this. The deleter paper is super smooth vellum. Like it's also not really thick, which is probably good if you're doing a lot of pages. But this is like really thick, like cardstock material. It's a little more luxurious. For a little moment like this, I got my cup of tea, I got my lo-fi on, just kind of relaxing here. And you know, just drawing because it's fun. And I hope you're doing the same at home. But yeah, I feel like the deleter gave me a vibe that was a little bit more like we're making a lot of pages and it doesn't matter if they're like luxurious or not. So this has a little bit of tooth on it, which I love. So I'm gonna get started on these borders. And this is embarrassing because I need to do these as square-ish as I can, but I'm not gonna do any math. So these are just gonna be eyeballed because I don't feel like doing math right now. So I'm probably gonna do a 1/2-inch border because that's enough. I could probably go less than that actually, maybe a 1/4-inch border. Give me a little more space here. All of these are gonna be scanned in, so whatever border I don't have or do have, I can fake it on the computer later, because that's what that's for. If I sound tired, I went sledding yesterday. I know it's really fun. But this weekend was super fun. I had a dance class and we did all kinds of fun stuff. We had some friends that came over and we played with their Oculus. And then we got Oculuses and I got a little too crazy with Pistol Whip. And I'm really tired because we were running up and down the sledding hill all day. And then came home and played Pistol Whip for 2 hours, and the squats are for real. So I'm gonna, just don't laugh at me. I stopped doing math junior year of high school, so I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 8.5 inches, so that's like 4 1/4. So 4 1/4. Man, I should have done this off camera so you guys don't like feel like, oh my gosh, she's so not good at math. So 4 1/4 is the middle. I always eyeball things. I'm not, like I took a 3D course in my foundations year at Mass Art. And I got most improved by the end of the class, thanks to the teachers that helped me a lot, but I am not good at like 3-dimensional things, mostly because I don't like to measure. Not that I don't like to measure, but like I'm more of like I like to sculpt and do things that way. So, okay, and then I'm just gonna do, how does that work? I guess it would be a 1/4 in the middle as well. So I'm just gonna go like an 1/8 on each side of that little notch mark. Solid. As much as I don't love measuring though, I do love drawing borders on pieces of artwork. It's very cathartic. How many, might be able to fit 3 squares here. So I've got about 11.5 inches. What's that cut in half? 5.5 ish? No, 5 1/4. Alex,
What?
11 and a half divided by 2.
5 1/4.
It is. Okay. I just needed to double check. I do that with Alex all the time. Like if I need to be somewhere at a certain time, like I think I know the answer, but then I second guess myself. I'm like, Alex, how long does it, if I need to leave, if I need to be here at this time and this takes this long to get there. It's like those train word problems. Okay,
Except
so,
it's division.
huh?
Except it's division.
We know, right? Hey, so what's 11 and a half divided by 3? Because I just realized that's what I need.
Nope.
No? Do you have a calculator? Do I have it on my computer? I don't think I do.
That's not going to give you a good number, though.
No?
It's going to give you a decimal instead of a fraction.
Okay. You know what then? I'm gonna eyeball this one. Someone out there who's really good at math is like, this, I can't watch this anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna go.
With that ruler,
Yeah.
just do
Do like a rough-ish, where should I be?
it's what's 11 and a half?
Yeah. Divided by 3.
Well,
4.
would be 12.
Okay.
So go a little shy of 4.
Okay, I'm gonna go
That's
3.
way too shy of 4.
This one? 3 and 3/4?
A little bit less than 3 3/4.
3 and a half?
No.
3 in the middle of that one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You need the coach from Letterkenny to come and pick up the trash can.
This is embarrassing! I hope none of my math teachers are watching. I could blame a lot of things, but you know what? I'm just gonna take this one on the chin.
Really?
Yeah, I suck at math. Deal with it. That's why I went to art school.
Let's take a moment to be upset with why AirPods never charge when in their case.
I know, you gotta get the Q-tip to clean out the schmutz. Hi, sweet dog. Oh, hi, Mr. Man. Ollie came to say hi. You're such a good boy. Yeah. He's so good. Did you get a snack? Is that why you're stoked? Nice. Excellent. Great. And that's about a quarter? Sure.
Watch your noggin.
Oops, sorry. I got a big head. My dad tells me it's because we're Slavic. I don't know if that's true or not. All right, so we're gonna do this one over here. Wait, we were over here, just kidding. Beep. Ollie, how was your day today? Ooh, somebody made brownies, I can smell them. Woo-hoo. Can you hear Ollie's breathing? All right, and if these aren't perfect, I can trim some off or make some bigger later in post. Hi, buddy, you're so sweet. Ollie comes and rests his chin on me when he wants something. That looks legit. That looks even. Sure. Okay, so I have to figure out how this is gonna go now. So usually when I see most people doing comics, they'll write their script and then they'll do like a little like thumbnail page. Don't eat that, that's weird. They'll do like a little thumbnail page, so they'll kind of like sketch out where their figures are gonna be and then where the speech bubblers are gonna go and like which words are gonna go in which speech bubble. So I didn't do that because I just didn't do it. Ollie, I just didn't do it. It's fine. You're so cute. I'm sorry. Can't walk right now, buddy. Sorry. Can you go lay down? Such a good boy. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with this because they are just squares. I feel like the planning is kind of good planning's always good, but if I had like different shaped panels, it's a little bit better because you can kind of figure out which shape's your panel. What?
Check the chat.
Oh, my script is covering my chat. Hi, Lucia. Oh, hi, Sophia. Oh my gosh, people. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, you guys made it just in time because I'm about to tell you. I was really cryptic about it in the beginning, what this comic was about, because I was gonna wait until this bit, but now I'm gonna tell you. So I had this friend in first grade. This is the script, but I'm not gonna read it to you. But I'll just give you the gist of it. I had this friend in first grade, and her name was Leah because she probably doesn't remember this happening. And if she does, I hope she learned something from this. So her name was Leah, and she was my friend in first grade. And we like didn't do much together. We just kind of like sat together, and like we went to recess together. And when we got into second grade, she kind of just like totally ignored me. And I was always a lone wolf anyways, so it like didn't really bother me that much, but she was like ignoring me and like hanging out with like the popular guys. And I didn't know at the time they were called that, but you'll learn that I found that out. So one day at recess, I went up to her and was like, "Hey Leah, can I talk to you?" And she kind of was like, yeah, like she totally didn't want to talk to me. And I was like, "Hey, so how come we don't hang out anymore? Like what happened?" And she was like, "Oh, well, kind of hang out with the popular kids now." And I was like, "Oh, well, how do I be popular?" Like not knowing what popular meant, or like, you know, "Oh, well, I'll just be in your group too, like no big deal." And she's like, "Oh, well, I guess you're just really nice, or you have to be really nice, and then you have to like be really fun, and you just have to be pretty." And like, I was just like, by her body language, I was like, clearly none of those things. So she was like, I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she like ran away and like went to hang out with the popular boys. And we never spoke again until like, I think I saw her when I was doing, I think it was like something for church or something. I remember being in a church, but we were like in high school, and she went to like one of those fancy private schools for high school, and I think even middle school. So like I barely ever saw her after elementary school. And she definitely ended up being one of the popular girls. But at this fancy boarding school, or wherever she was, fancy sports girl school, we saw each other at a church event, and we were working some kind of like snack table, I think. And I don't know if she remembered me. I can't remember if she remembered me. But like I had this memory like seared into my brain, like first grade memory, second grade memory. I was like, "You told me we couldn't be friends anymore because I wasn't popular or pretty or nice." But anyways, that's besides the point. And I really don't like, when she told me all that, like I remember not being sad about it. Like I was like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not friends anymore. That's fine." Because we weren't particularly close. And so she's beside the point. But the moral of this story, and what I'm writing about it for, is that I feel like my entire life I've had a huge fear of being disagreeable. Like I don't ever want to be confrontational because I'm afraid even people who suck won't like me. And especially at this point in my career, I'm starting to get to the point where I don't care what people think, because I need to start speaking my opinion and saying my piece. And part of that is stepping on some toes, and that's okay. Some people are not going to align with what you like and what you think, and that's fine. So it kind of started too with the Fauci book. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get in here and, well, no. I'm going to get in here and start drawing. It might be kind of a mess because I'm going to talk and draw at the same time, but hoping this is going to be fine. We'll see. So I started with the Fauci book, where like I got emails from people that clearly didn't like Fauci, and like I didn't really know that he was a controversial figure because like I didn't know who he was when I got the job, which is because I lived under a rock for the whole of COVID. And I'm gonna make things smaller. So when I started getting emails, I was like, kind of at first, like my heart stopped, and I was like really scared. I'm like, "Oh my God, these people don't like me. That's never happened before. Oh my God, what do I do?" And then I kind of realized I didn't care, and it was really freeing. And Oh, hi, whole fam. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's good to see you guys. I wish I could see you. Ollie brought me a ball. Thanks, buddy. Oh, he didn't want. He brings me a ball to get pets. He doesn't really care about the ball. So anyways, I got some hate mail, and that was my first ever hate mail, because like my art is really happy and just it's made to make people happy. I was making some pretty pictures because I didn't know what I wanted to say, and now I know what I want to say. So here I come, world. I'm ready to ruffle some feathers here. But my favorite all time, I mean, I got some pretty colorful language when it came to the Fauci book. And my favorite one was like on Amazon. It's got 1 star, and it's like the illustrations are great. I'm like, that's awesome. They hated the book and the whole, like everything it was about, but the pictures were good. So, all right, I just realized I can't talk and do this, so I'm gonna get in here and start illustrating. I'm gonna get this done just so I can draw it, and then hopefully start inking it pretty quickly, because that's all I wanted to do today. I didn't want to draw it, I just want to ink it. So I've erased these heads 3 times. I'm concentrating now. I'm gonna let you listen to this fine lo-fi music or whatever's playing, and I'm gonna have some tea and relax. I hope you brought an art project. If you don't want to watch me sketch, because that's kind of boring. You know what? This is good because I'll be more decisive. All right, I might just have to pause and think about what I'm gonna do. anyone's curious, these Sumo grip erasers are awesome. I got this one the other day, this Arch foam eraser I did a little Jet Pens order. I get most of my stuff from Jet Pens in terms of like comic stuff, because they have a really great like curated, just some really cool stuff that like Blick doesn't carry. It's like super like from Japan, and it's not like consumer grade, it's like professional grade, so. I remember her always wearing jeans. So I think I'm gonna put her in some jeans. I remember the boys' names too, which I suck at names. I remember having a crush on one of them too because like I remember watching like 90s romantic movies and stuff and also just like Disney movies. And you're supposed to like, actually Alex and I were just talking about this. How like the day of Chad, like hot football. We were watching Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. And like the Chad dude was like, oh, I'm so hot, I've got this cool car and my dad's rich and whatever. And like I remember like when the guy that was like the heartthrob was the hot cheerleader and the super jerk football player. But anyways, these guys were, I think they were soccer players. Anyone who went to elementary school with me, you can guess. But yeah, I remember having a crush on one of them because I was like, this is what you're supposed to do, right? That was like my entire school existence before college. I was like, this is what you're supposed to do, right? I'm gonna have him not crossing her arms because she's crossing her arms and they look like they're gonna face off. Face off. Actually, they're probably wearing shorts. Oh, sorry. I'm a big noggin. Hi, buddy. These are the kind of kids, though, that, like, they sucked when they were little, but, like, they actually grew up to be really nice people. And I feel like that's most kids. Like, you just don't really know what you're doing when you're a kid. So, I'm sure wherever Leah is, she's out there having a good time doing some charity or something. So, I hope she's well. That sounded so sincere, didn't it? Oh my gosh, Lucia, thank you for getting the face off. Alex and I do that to each other all the time. Face off. Face off. Ollie's very confused.
Wait.
What?
Off.
Got me with that one. Jean Parmesan.
Say it 3 times in a row.
That it says it so many times that like that's the reason we're still quoting it, because you're just like watching that scene like, why is he doing this so many times? It's classic. It's a classic, Oliver. All right, so I didn't leave myself much room for dialogue for that one, but I guess there's not. So I guess I can put it in this one, and then. Oh no, I got enough room. That's fine. Hookadoke. I guess in digital I can shrink them. That's what I'll probably do. That neck is too long for a first grader. Well, that looks like a grown man, but I'm gonna keep moving here. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop in a little bit of the dialogue here. And what I'm thinking is some of these are probably too close up. I'm gonna redo this one so it's a little bit farther away. Actually, there's not a lot of dialogue in there, so that one should be okay. I remember like what we wore in the early 2000s. I remember this, like the short sleeve on top of another long sleeve. Usually the long sleeve had like a pattern on it, like little flowers or stripes or something. Maybe like a tank top. Tank top over a t-shirt? Maybe that was a thing. I feel like that's like a when you wear pennies when you're doing sports. Alright, so I had this friend in first grade. She was my only friend in class. We didn't hang out after school, but we sat together and played at recess. In second grade, we were in the same class again, but she ignored me like we were strangers and hung out with the sporty boys instead. So next on my script, I have one day at recess, ellipses, but I think I might just go right into the dialogue. Because I feel like right here in this panel, we're kind of on the playground already. So it kind of sets it up to just like go right into like, hey, we don't really need to set that up. We don't need to say it, you can show it, you don't have to say it. So that's the beauty of comics. You don't have to say everything. I'm trying to remember, like I have the image burned into my brain. I'm trying to remember, like she was taller than I was. So I think that this would kind of work. I also just realized that I'm gonna do no eyes. I switched to dot eyes halfway through. I think I'm gonna do that. I feel like dot eyes are kind of more, they make it feel more like a memory. If that makes any sense. Whereas like real eyes make it feel like they're a little bit more alive. Kind of makes it a little more innocent, I feel like. Hi Ryan, welcome to the stream. Everything's in red because it's easier to ink over. So sorry if you can't see it super well, but you'll be able to see it in a minute when I start inking. But it's a lot easier to isolate when I scan this in. And it's also just like, so if I use graphite, it can make an indent in the page. And also, if I use a softer graphite, then it can leave a lot of smudge marks. So this red pencil, it's a Prismacolor Col Erase. It erases really easily, and it doesn't smudge as easily. So I really like to do artwork in this, because, especially if I'm going to be inking over it, because it's super forgiving. And it's just, I like the way it feels. It's a little bit softer on the page. Makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, because if I did this in graphite, it would be a complete mess. What did I put her in? Oh yeah, she was in like a... All right, so here she's ignoring, and then Leah can Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start inking this page. Otherwise, we'll be here watching sketching forever. I think this is a good time for a bathroom break. So Alex, would you mind putting on the standby screen and muting my mic so people can't hear my stream? It's not that kind of stream. God. I'll be right back. I'm gonna pee out this tea. I knew Brian was gonna say that. Okay, I'm ready. Ollie, can you lay down, please? We'll play in a little bit, okay? Okay. Hello. Sorry if you could hear that, but I feel like you're busting my chaps over here. But even if you did, everybody pees. Who cares? Alrighty. So I'm not sure if I want to add backgrounds to this. I think the narration can go in like little boxes. Thinking I might do some like wavy boxes for the narration instead, so then it's more like a memory. Let's see how it goes. In elementary school, our playground was made of wood chips. So I'm attempting to just put a texture there. There's an attempt at some backgrounds. Put the gate here too. Need to be a little bit taller. Okay, I'm ready to ink now. Oh, thanks, Lucia. I'm glad you're enjoying the music and the content. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oliver's been staring at me for the entirety of this stream. I can play right now, but I'm kind of in the middle of something, honey. Okay, so I have my Winsor Newton Series 7 brush, but I might try. I got this new super black ink by Kuretake, and it is semi-waterproof. Oh, it's water resistant, and my other one's not water resistant, so thank you. Alex just gave Ollie a bone. So I was able to use my Winsor Newton brush, but I'm a little nervous that it won't come off if it dries a little bit on the brush. I have my brush cleaner here, but it's not always the best solution. So I might just give this one a shot with like a crappy brush just to see. Just like a scrap piece of paper, the back of an envelope. Cool. And then this one I think also is, oh, it's in Japanese. Well, Oh. My little makeshift. I lost the brush cap. Right, and then I'm gonna put my tea over here because I will dip my brush in it. Oh, I totally forgot paper towels. Oh, I have one. I think. Oh, I've got this like Swedish dishcloth thing. Right, give this a shot. This is a little bit of a different shape of a brush, so I just want to make sure like I can do this. So this is supposed to be like super black. I just dipped it in water to start, just to saturate it, so it's not coming out super black. Plus this is an envelope, so it's not the best paper to hold ink. There's a tiny bend in the top of this brush that's making me feel like I don't want to use it. But also if this comes out a little bit sketchier, like I'm not that mad about it. Just because it is supposed to be a memory. I'm using right now, this is a Pentel, I don't know what the brush is actually called, but you can find these on Jet Pens, and I think this was like $5. So if you're not willing to spend $30 on the Winsor & Newton Series 7, you can still ink at home with this guy. And they're great. They're just plastic. They're just pretty cheap, but they do the job. The other thing I really like, I don't know if I have it here, my all-time favorite, and I'm trying not to use it all the time because I really like using dip ink just because it's kind of cathartic, but this is a Pentel pocket brush, and it's awesome because the brush is actually, unlike a lot of brush pens on the market that are like pre-packaged, this one actually has hair, so it's very smooth and it acts really similar to the dip pen. And they come with these cartridges that you can pop out and pop back in. So if you go through a cartridge, you don't have to throw the pen away. You just have to throw the cartridge away, and you can buy refills, which I really like. So I usually travel with that plus a refill. I can see, I can like kind of ink wherever I need to ink without bringing like this and this and this. It's much things. So that actually cleaned up pretty good. So I might see if I can use this guy. I just have some stain on here, even from the other ink. So my kind of mentality right now is that like if the other ink is gonna stain, even though I take really good care of it and I clean it and it's not water resistant, you know what? It's made for inking and watercolors and stuff, and if it's gonna stain, I might as well use it anyways because If you're gonna buy something and not use it, especially if it's something nice, like, just why did you even buy it? So I'm gonna use it until it frays, and then I will feel like I have gotten my money's worth, other than just keeping it in this tube and not using it and getting to be old and then being like, I'd never used that brush even though it brought me joy. So we don't want that. All right, actually, before I do this, no, maybe, yes. I'm wondering if I should do my borders first, which I feel like I should. So last time I used this guy, which is another Kuretake brush. It's a Fudosenke, I think. But it didn't dry very well, and it also smudged, so I don't think I want to use that. And then this is a... Where did I put that envelope? Probably dry. Yes, it's dry. Goodbye. I'm running dangerously low on just like microns and stuff. Okay, we're gonna do a test. Okay. So the Kuretake Fudosenke, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Tombow Fudosenke. I don't know what this one's called. Fudegochi brush. This one smudges, this one doesn't. So I'm gonna outline my borders in this guy. I really like these types of pens because there's a little bit of pressure sensitivity. What? Are you talking to me? You don't, oh, okay. Alex is playing games. Oh, get that boat. Are you playing that game that you like?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Alex is manning the stream and playing video games. Very talented. Sea of Thieves he's playing. Did you finish your bone already? He's like, maybe. So I like to, Alex whispering is really funny. I like to put little dots where my corners are, just so when I'm drawing the lines, I don't go over. I mean, if I do go over, Photoshop, but this just makes me feel better about my life, I guess. Alex, I feel like you're playing Spies over there. I can hear, because I don't have my sound noise canceling on these. How did she sing? Guess I didn't need to use the ruler for this, but whatever. Okay, so now I just can connect the dots without, like, did I miss it or whatever, because the ruler kind of covers up the red lines. Oh my god, it's 8:19 already. What game is he playing without me? It's what did you say it was? Sea of Thieves.
Ryan, play Sea of Thieves.
Right, Alex says to get Sea of Thieves.
Great.
We've been pressuring Ryan to get a lot of things this weekend / this week. But Alex didn't know he could play Sea of Thieves on Xbox, so he's been... Oh, that was okay. It was a revelation. I have like a eraser nugget on my pen. Cool. All right, you know what? I'm pretty proud. Thanks, Alex, for doing math for me, because these squares are looking pretty even.
And that's good.
Hi, Ollie. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't play with you right now. I wish I could turn the camera to show you Oliver's face right now because he's looking real cute. Tell you what. Oh! I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like there was an eraser nugget. Oh no, that's very bad. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh. It just dragged ink across my entire page. Hopefully. God, that's so annoying. What is that? You there. I saw the culprit. Right. I had a brush somewhere, like a tabletop broom almost. I should probably take that out. So the other reason that I'm doing these, oh, there it is. Oh, it's dried onto the ruler already. Okay, all right, okay. The other reason I'm doing this, like, these little journal things, journal comics, memory comics, traditionally is because I haven't decided yet if I wanted to do the graphic novel traditionally. I really enjoy the process of drawing things with the red pencil and inking them because I feel like I don't try to make everything perfect. Like when I am in the computer, the possibilities are endless and it can kind of take away from the joy of just making the art. Like, because if I ink it on the computer, I go over the ink line because I can Command Z a million times. So, it kind of begins to be a little bit frustrating because I'm asking a lot from myself instead of just making the thing and just being done with it. So when I use the red pencil and I ink by hand, the red pencil kind of just feels more natural to me. So things come out easier. And then when I ink it, it's down, like it's done. So I have to be really confident with my lines. And it just makes it a little more fun. Like when I'm on the computer, I just feel like I take things too seriously and try to make everything perfect, and it just sucks all the fun out of it. So I have a giant smudge in the middle of my paper. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but I'll have to do some research.
Oh, you can see it.
You can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. Big old smooge.
Oh, I can't believe you did that.
I'm gonna have to do some research on some pens that I probably should just use a Micron because they do dry really fast and they're waterproof. So I should probably just order more Microns to do my borders and like fine eyeballs and tiny details and stuff. So yeah. What's it? Oh, you have Microns in here?
I'm an artist too.
I'm an artist too. What's Alex got? Oh, what are these goodies? So you can tell Alex's, I have a bag full of stuff, and Alex is so clean. Oh, look how clean. What? I'm switching over. I just got a new one. This is moving option nomadic. I'm actually kind of disappointed because I ordered this one and I thought it opened like this one, but it's just a bag. Like this bit opens up, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's still another bag. So I'm in the process of changing over my pencil cases.
I'll make you one.
Well, I just spent money on this one, so you can make me one in another 2 years when this one blows up because it's been in my bag. Thank you for this, and I'm really glad I got to see in your pencil case because I was curious. Oh, he's got a little ruler in here. It's so cute. This other tiny ruler. Oh. I have a tiny ruler, but it's an antique wooden one.
That's a scale ruler.
Oh, so fun. He's so mathematical. I'm pure chaos. That's why we're two peas in a pod. I think anyone on this YouTube channel could make you one. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I think I know a guy who makes bags.
What?
Ryan comment on. Get him. Okay, it's time. I'm procrastinating because I get nervous before I ink. You made me
come
ink.
join our crew.
Oh, Alex is inviting Ryan to join. It's PlayStation, right? You can play see these on PlayStation
Oh,
too.
you know what?
Also,
I'm sorry.
what? Oh, you can't. Oh,
It's Xbox and PC.
wow, that sucks. Especially because we worked so hard to get Ryan a PlayStation 5, and then the one game you guys are playing is not PlayStation 5.
Well, PSVR 2 looks really cool. Just came out.
Yeah, but then would he be able to play with us? All right, so I'm starting to ink. Don't have sweaty hands yet. Ooh. I'm gonna try not to block this with my head.
Joe, I think I'm going to finish this tutorial and then hop on Splitgate.
The only thing about inking by hand is I feel like I I get out of practice really fast. So like I know like when I did Inktober a few years ago, it took me like a week to get into inking. So I think I need to kind of keep that level of practice. If I'm gonna ink my graphic novel like this. Oops, she only has 4 fingers. Don't tell anybody.
Honestly, Joe, do you see that parking joke? Do you see what I just did with this boat? First day. Your character is so good.
Oops, I forgot to draw her sleeve. Whatever. I guess my lesson today is don't ink when you're really tired. / draw comics. I should have just went to bed.
Maybe you can just draw in VR from your phone.
Yeah, right. So my ink is kind of drying on my brush. Sure I can like get it clean if it dries on. So this the super black, because I usually use this one. It's just the regular Sumi. Very smooth flowing Sumi ink for manga drawing. I really like this one for inking because the super black and also because it's waterproof. Once it starts to kind of glob on, or when you're like towards the end of oh, it came off. We're good. Towards the end of like before you need to like re-dip it, it gets a little gloopy, a little globby. So I feel like it's not as flowy, but it is, but it's not. It's not as flowy as the other one because that one's like waterproof. As long as my brush still comes to a point, I'm happy. If it's got like bits on it, these are old, this stain. So, because you just don't want like inside of like the brush hairs to get ink in here, so then eventually the brush will start to like poof out like this one. Oops, I use this one for dry brushing, but see there's like all kinds of gunk in there, and now the it doesn't come to a as fine of a point anymore. So I just don't want that to happen to this one because it's my favorite. But it looks like it's coming clean, so I think I'm okay. almost switched. I don't have my sound canceling on. Alex just asked if I could hear him, if you can. wait for this to dry a little bit more before I go back into the stuff in the background. I'm too scared. Plus, because this is waterproof and it's super black, which means it's like super opaque, sometimes I'm putting it down and it's like blobbing up a little bit. So I'm kind of worried that if I go back over stuff with my hand, they don't bump me. Ollie just came over. If I go over it, it's not going to be quite dry yet. Oh, thanks, Lucia. Appreciate you. I feel like my lines are bad today, so you saying that gave me a lot of confidence, so thank you so much. I'm gonna have to ink, I think I'm gonna ink the second half of this comic with the other ink, the non-waterproof one, just to kind of compare it, because I can't really remember, like I can't really figure out what's different. And then one of these days I'm gonna try the deleter ink.
Oh my god.
Clean this brush. I'll probably go back in to do the eyes with a what is it called? Micron. So I think what I've learned from this is if I want to do my comic in traditional media, I think I'm gonna have to get a lower chair because, or maybe a drafting table or something. I have a drafting table, but it's not here. Just because my neck and my back are kind of sore. Sorry, I just sang the song in my head and I don't think I can say it on here because some kids might be watching this. You know the one. You might not, but don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. Alright, that's reasonably clean. So yeah, I need to figure out my ergonomic sitting situation. And then I need to definitely, I think, sketching these out and figuring out, like, taking a little more time in the sketch phase. I think because I was streaming, I was worried you guys couldn't see it. I think that I was a little bit, I rushed myself a little bit. So I think I would probably do, spend a little bit more time on the sketches, probably do a thumbnail, figure out the poses a little bit better and the drawings a little bit better. And what else did I learn? There was something else, but I forgot what it was already. I'm so sorry, I'm tired, you guys. Sledding and pistol whip really took it out of me. I'm not normally like this. I'm usually so full of energy. Hi, buddy. But we're coming to an end. We have just a couple minutes left here, so. I think that's about as much as I want to do today. I think I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I'll revisit the backgrounds. And I think, I don't know if I want to hand letter or just like hand write. It's not really lettering. Hand write the text in or do it on Photoshop. So I think I'm doing these as sketches. This is kind of like my Inktober. So I'm just trying to do these quick and dirty and try to learn a little bit along the way. So yeah, I think, yeah, I can't do anything else. I'm like, I want to do more, but like, I'm gonna smudge stuff. It should be dry, but I am getting tired and I'm gonna mess up and then I'm gonna regret it and it's gonna suck. Be worse than that smudge that I did in the beginning. All right, gang. I hope you guys got some work done or had fun, at least relaxing with me, having some tea and doing art together. But yeah, I'll catch you next Monday for next week's stream, and I'll post this when it's finished on Instagram so you guys can flip through it and see the whole thing finished. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this inking live stream / sketching, and I'll see you next Monday. Have a good week, you guys.